we shall get to hear about more about that maybe. Yeah, let's have one last one from our colleague here, and then we shall go on with the program.
Good evening once again. So just like we saw, they say we expect to get information about business registration, licensing, and compliance. So that's the information that we expect to know. That's what we expect to know.
Okay, this is interesting. And as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, we have very big people in the building, and we are thrilled to have some big people here. So, thank you all for sharing your expectations. They were all beautiful, and it is my prayer that by the time we leave this place this evening, we will have gotten the answers to the questions that we came with in our heads. Yeah, for those that came in after I had greeted you, good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I am Blessing Kasima, professional software engineer, a digital marketing expert, and a technology enthusiast. And I'm thrilled to be your MC or moderator this evening. Yeah, so I saw Mr. Joseph around. Tell your neighbor we are getting into it. Time check. Yes, time check. It is 15 minutes of 5 p.m. and we are getting into it. Like I told you, this cafe has cake and we are going to eat cake. We are going to pick a piece of cake for our businesses this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Founders Day Cafe once again. And I told you that our hosts this evening, we have Hype Collab and Josh X. I believe by the time we leave this place, we shall have known one was too far and one that is me. So at this moment, I would like to welcome the person that will tell us more, or our chief host from Hype Collab, to tell us more about our Hype Collab and what it does, and we can see how we can benefit it as we benefit from it. So, Mr. Nelson, you're highly welcome. Let's give him a hand clap, guys.
Guest speaker, Mr. Nicholas, the URSB Mbarara branch. And we welcome Mr. Nicholas. And to you all community members, we are always grateful and honored by your presence and your continued commitment to learning, collaboration, and innovation. Hype Collab, some of you may not know what it is. We are a technological innovation hub we are entrepreneurs, IT enthusiasts, thriving. So thanks so much for being here, and please make this session an impactful and inspiring. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, my students have premises and they all come into their space and they just keep looking at them. You guys are not cool. Another big hand clap to Mr. Nelson. Thank you for always supporting young people. Thank you for supporting businesses, and thank you for supporting technology. We are really blessed, and we thank you so much. Thank you, High Collab. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that our other host or a co-host is Mr. Joseph. And at this moment in time, I'll invite him to come and tell us more about Founders Day Cafe. I think some of us might have heard of it for the very first time. Some of us might have heard it for the very first time, and they came and they're interested in knowing what it actually is or what happens there. So at this moment in time, I'm going to invite them to come and shed more light to us concerning the Founders Day Cafe and the reason why we are here this evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Our today's host. Hello everyone. That's about the energy of a founder. Who's the founder here? Can I see your hand? Who has ever started something? Who has an idea? Like you have an idea to start a business. Thank you. And when you have an idea, okay, there is this much energy that you always have. I remember one day I woke up in the middle of the night because I had something burning in me, an idea that I wanted to build. And that energy is what I expect from founders like you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. No, the energy is still very low. Please. Good evening once again. I'm happy to see you all here, and you're welcome to Hive Collab. And Hive Collab in partnership with Just Take Solutions, we normally organize monthly events that we normally organize here every first Friday of the month. Before I continue, my name is Joseph Mbarara. I'm founder of Just Take Solutions, and I'm happy to host this event with you. Founders Day Cafe is a high energy event where business people, entrepreneurs, developers, tech enthusiasts, and community people where they gather, share ideas, network, and collaborate with different entities and different individuals. And that is the basis and the foundation of why we have Founders Day Cafe. The background simply of Founders Day Cafe. Mbarara is one of the growing cities in Uganda. In fact, it's one of the second city in Uganda. We are looking at innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. The gap between other cities and Mbarara is very huge. One day, and he told me that Mbarara is really bad news when it comes to entrepreneurship, technology, and innovation. And personally, as someone who was building in Mbarara and someone who has a background in technology, this hit me hard. I couldn't fathom what he was telling me at the moment, and this pushed us to have Founders Day Cafe, where we can connect, where we can engage, where we can collaborate and work together to bring the tech ecosystem in Mbarara to be at the same page as other cities in Uganda. And ladies and gentlemen, this event, we have seen very many collaborations. through this event, we have seen people bringing their ideas to life. And sometimes, you know, with innovation and technology, it's a little bit different. You wake up, you have like your energy is here. Another day, you wake up and you have a burnout, you don't want to do anything, and your energy level is down here. And because of events like this, we have seen business startups, we have seen individuals who are building something big energized to build their business. And for that very particular reason, we are always spotlighting individuals who are building in Mbarara. And we are always welcoming them and giving them platform to share their ideas, to share what they are working on, to share their challenges. And we have had so many speakers previously who have been speaking here, and they have been sharing how they started, how they had an idea, how did they fail, how did they pivot, how did they again rise and conquer the Mbarara. And it is one big challenge to build in Mbarara, by the way, if you don't know. If you meet someone who has a business here in Mbarara, especially tech business, and is doing well, you can give them a great respect, because building in Mbarara is one of the biggest challenge out there. And through discussions, through many speakers, we realize that we are starting businesses, yes, but how do I collaborate with, let's say, someone like her? She has a business and I want to collaborate with her. How do I collaborate with her? Then we have to go back to the drawing table. We need to follow all the protocols, because we are in a governmental institution, and business is also a governmental institution. We need to collaborate. But the rules that play around there, we don't understand. And that's why we invited an expert, and none other than Mr. Nicholas, who is the manager at URSB, to speak to us what it takes building and scaling your business in Western region specifically, but countrywide, and how can you grow and understand what it takes to build a sustainable business, okay? And how you can build it under compliance. Alright, so we are going to look at that and how we can be compliant to all the laws that are operating in the region, and based on the legal basis of Uganda. So prepare your questions, and maybe you have something that you feel like has been itching you to ask. We have an expert here who's going to take us through that. And again, we normally host these events monthly, every first Friday of the month. And I don't know whether Mr. Nelson has said this. Hive Collar is always open. You can always come here, enjoy the advantages that come with the space. We have free internet connection. We have free space. You can always come here. If you're a student, come and do your research. If you're a founder, you have a business, come and do your businesses here. And we normally have different programs, accelerator programs, whereby you can start your business and grow it through Hive Collab. You're welcome, feel at home, and yeah. Before I welcome Racing, where is she? Before I welcome her, I want us to do something really very good. I want us to do something really very good. I don't know whether I wasn't here when we were doing the introduction, but I want us to do one quick thing, okay? You tell us, okay, if you have an idea or if you have a business. You just tell us yes or no, that's all. Yes will be for a business, and no will be for an idea. Let's start from here. Is it complicated? I don't think so. Okay. So, all right, let's start from there. Yes is for business, which is operational. No is for a business idea that is still, taking shape. Thank you. Okay, I think it's not okay. Let's start from here. Don't think about it. Did you speak?
Guys, we just want to know the kind of people that we have in the room. We just want to understand you better. So it is as simple as yes, no. The one being yes, I already have an existing business. No being I still have it. And this being a founder's legacy, we don't have the other option C or none of the above. Okay? So you just say yes or no and pass the microphone to the next person. Thank you. Let's do it again. Chap because we are working on time. Eh? So no. No. No.
We can't hear you. Is the microphone still on?
Yes, I have a business. I'm the founder and CEO of Formalize Solutions Uganda. We provide virtual assistant services online. No.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul, and I'm the founder of Nature's Green Initiative. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, my name is Rebecca. I'm a founder of TW Coffee.
Yes. No?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
My turn. Yes. This microphone seems to be a weapon formed against us, but it will not prosper. Yeah, so thank you so much for responding. I think we now have a picture that I think it was like the ratio of, it was like a 60% no and 50 yes. No, that doesn't make sense. 60% yes and 40% no. So we now have a picture. Okay, that was interesting. I think before we leave this place, as people are introducing themselves, telling what they do, you picked interest in maybe specific individuals, and feel free to connect after here, because this is where business begins. Founders Day Cafe, an opportunity for businesses to thrive and grow, yet in an upright manner. So at this point in time, without taking more time, I'm going to invite Joseph to welcome unto us our keynote speaker. Tell your neighbor the cake has come. Tell your neighbor, cake has come. Tell your neighbor one more time, colleague, cake has come. So, Joseph, you're going to welcome for us our keynote speaker this evening. Thank you for listening to me.
Okay. Thank you, for the opportunity. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, the session we are going to have today, I may call it a foundational of understanding the purpose of us registering our businesses. Most of the times, we normally start businesses without registration. Yeah, it can operate, and I've seen so many businesses operating like that. But then again, today we are going to see why it is necessary and it is important for you to register your business. And on top of that, we are going also to learn the purposes of being compliant to the law, to all tax bodies like URSB, much as not familiar, but he will give us, he will share us some more light on that. Allow me to introduce to you Mr. Nicholas from URSB. He's the manager of URSB, Western Uganda, and it's located in if you are going to move near UMI, you can always visit them for more information in case you don't get anything from here clearly. And we will have a Q&A session after that. And URSB has been at the forefront of supporting businesses to grow in Uganda. And today, we want to learn more of how they do really support businesses to grow. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Mr. Nicholas as he takes us through thank you. Those hands are very small. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome.
Good evening to all. I want you first of all start as another.
Okay. All right. Okay. We need to have. Who can lead us into that? We need to stretch some a little bit. You guys have been seated for a long time. We need to stretch a little. Who can take us through that? We have. Who should I invite? Okay, I want the board here. You want the board? We have an entertainer in the room. We have an entertainer in the room, and if you want, the platform is open for yours for an icebreaker. The platform is open for you. Please don't feel shy. Give That's what I was talking about. Thank you. Thank you. You tell us your name and then you entertain us. Thank you.
Hi everyone. My name is Adela. As Ania said, I'm an entertainer, a teacher, and a student here. I'm a student of graphic design. Yeah. Wait, did you come for exercises or?
For entertainment. Yeah, give us entertainment. Give us the fun.
The microphone has refused me. So we have a lot of entertainment. Do you want dance hall, soul music, gospel, what?
Give us your choice.
Okay. I heard some people saying gospel. Is it? Can we go with that? Okay. But I'm not good at singing. You said gospel, so we are going to pray seriously. Okay. Hallelujah. As we jump, because for our teacher, I'm not shy and every time I'm active. Hallelujah. 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 Oya kana Yesu kama amen. Oya kana Yesu kama hallelujah. Oya kana Yesu kama aliwano. 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 Shit. Sing the energy of life. What is wrong? Tabuna ya gabu. Oh, okay. Fine. Okay, I'll sing one song from Juliana, and it's not a gospel song. Okay. My voice is not good, but I love this song from Juliana. It goes like this. Tulikumacha Katonda tuleme kwaukana na mwichiro erakusa akukume yamwebaza okume kirabo ekyomuwendo yambagwe eragwe malaika wange tulibebyebe
Thank you so much, Adela, right? Thank you, Adela. That was really fun. Feeling the vibe of, but that was a very big jump from gospel to but thank you so much for the entertainment. We are blessed to have an entertainer in the room. Yeah, what have we done? We are going to stretch like this, like that. They are boring. But when you hear someone, present, it feels interesting. Okay. Recently I traveled somewhere and I learned one thing. And I realized it's very important, and I said, I'm going to copy this and share it with the community. By show of hands, who is above 18 here? Okay. No, keep your hands up. If you are 18, keep your hands up. Okay, yes. Who has that? If you have an ID, keep your arm up. A national ID. Keep your arm up. You have? Okay. If you have a passport, keep your arm up. A passport. Okay. If you have a driver's permit, keep your hand up. Okay. If you have ever traveled outside Uganda, keep your hand up. So, but some people have cheated questions. Their arms were not up. I mean, from the beginning, if your arm was up, keep it up. If you have ever traveled outside Uganda, specifically East Africa, okay? Outside Uganda. If you have ever traveled outside East Africa, keep your arm up. Okay, thank you. Now, what does this tell you? What do you learn from this? I want at least 3 people. What do you learn from that? I learned it from somewhere, and I said I'm going to share it with the community. So if you ever hear it somewhere, I copied it, so I'm putting a copyright on it. So what do you learn from that? Okay, I'll tell you a secret. If you are 18, you're supposed to have a national ID, you're supposed to have a passport, you're supposed to have a driver's license. And at least, for traveling, it's okay. You should have them. They are very important. And why are they important? It means that you are ready for any opportunity that comes. What if an opportunity comes and they want you to travel, you don't have a passport, how are you going to travel? What if you get a job and it requires you to have a driver's license? That means you are going to miss that opportunity. So those are 3 things that you need in your life to be prepared. And they are so simple to get. Thank you all, and allow me to welcome our guest today. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph. Earlier on, I think I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Nicholas. I want to first of all thank Joseph and his colleagues for the initiative you're doing where you have collected these brilliant brains. I know most of you are young, you're I know you are asking how many that have businesses. I noticed most of you don't have businesses. But nevertheless, you're the best audience that we have now. Because the youth, the young people will expect that going forward you should be doing the right things. Most people are operating informally in our economy. We have had challenges where people fear registration because they think when you get registered, you're going to be taxed. But I'm going to take you through the benefits of registration, the processes that and the requirements that we need to do business here. So, URSB is a government agency, it's a semi-autonomous institution that was created by an act of parliament, and in 2010 we were granted an accounting status, and that's when we took off that name. But before, we are known as the Registrar General's Department. So URSB's head office is in Kampala. For those that know Baskerville, Kololo, that's where our head office is. We have 5 regional offices. We have Mbarara that takes over from southwest up to sort of that area. Then we have Mbale, Bulu, Masaka, and we are going to open another branch in Fort Portal, maybe by the end of this year. So we basically do, as I said, we established in 1998, I already said that. So the service said that URSB does, we are known, most people know we do register companies, but not running companies. So our mandate key is company, corporation, and business. Then we have intellectual property rights. Then we also have the security interest in movable principle, which was against the security. But I think I'm putting enough, right? Can you hear me? So we have also what we call official receiver insolvent matters. I'll go detail each. So company businesses, I think all of you know that we do offer the service for registering all the businesses in the economy. Then under intellectual property, we have issues like we have people who have trademarks. Those are going to have products in the market. You're going to register your trademark. I'll give an example. Trademark is a mark that is used to target or market your product. When regulatory authorities this water, they have this mark. So it's what we call a trademark. So URSB is mandated to have this. You notice that sometimes you have products that don't have marks, that are not being allowed to put things on the supermarket. So under intellectual property, we have trademarks, we have copyright. I say petition here, so you protect your music, your copyright, your ideas. Then at the same time, we have innovation. You had how many candidates passed? You had people who had COVID exam, so we protected that innovation by patenting them. Then simple lenders and the other ones were manually that registered as security. So that you're not able to use maybe a logbook to borrow from different entities. But also simple folks to use movable property have access to credit. When I talk about movable properties, I imagine things like you can use your land, you can use your assets like cars, vehicles, farm machinery, farm produce, and use it as security to acquire financial or loan to any financial institution. Official receiver and insolvent matters currently. Some of you could have had parents that were working with entities like Umeme, which is now under receivership. So whenever entities are going through that process, or companies that have failed to reform, so URSB comes in to help them. So we have 5 individuals or organizations service bureau. We have basically what takes over the mandate to business is directed to which does most of the things. So under the expression, the first step is usually to preserve the name. When you have an idea and you want to register a company, what we require for it is to first preserve your name. Most of you have the names that you want to register as business, but when we do search, we notice that most of the names have been used by other corporations and their registered. So the first step in any business to register is name reservation. Then after reservation, we do business name registration. Now there is a difference between a business name and a company. A company is a legal entity of its own, and it has shareholders and directors. But a business name is the name that you use to trade. For instance, I using that name as a business name. Then you'll find there are also companies. Companies are incorporated, they have shareholders, but for business name, the owners are all partners. Then post-registrations, we have things like resolutions for those that are going to register companies. When you want to open a bank account, you're required to find a resolution with URSB stating the name of the bank you want to open an account.
who are the signatories to that account, and what is the signing mandate. So we take care of that. And we have certifications. Whenever you bidding for any government job and you register entity, they will ask for certified copies of your company documents of your business name. Then the companies are also required to file annual returns, and $65 per year. We also do data searches for all entities, for government, police, IDT, or even private people. If you want to have information about any entity, you can come and do a data search. Then we also do dispute resolutions for parties or partners had issues in their running program. Then the latest is collecting beneficial ownership form where what the whole company will declare the beneficial owners. So like I say, earlier when they asked me, so how many of you are owning businesses currently? By I've been registered those businesses. Okay, that's great. And how those who have been registered and are planning. So, URSB, we operate and we are governed by laws. We don't do things in terms of ordinary. So, we have the governing laws that we follow in our day-to-day operation. The first is the Constitution, Uganda, then we have the Companies Act, Cap 106. We have the Business Registration Act. Then we have the Documents Registration Act. For the documents, it's to cater for those. Some of you, when you're asking, you have had issues and you have discrepancies on your national ID or academic documents when you require something to file affidavits for certain. So, under the Documents Act, where we cater for that. Come and bring you tell us the name, is spelled, or the date of birth, which is regulated by the legal document. So we take care and get it. Then we have the Partnership Act for those who have businesses and have partners. So we yesterday partnership deals. Then we have the Building Societies Act and partnership regulation, company regulation. Some of these are too broad for my opinion, but for purposes of our discussion, I want to bring that to light that we operate and follow laws. Sole proprietorship. An individual and you want to get the business and you are not categorize it as sole proprietorship. We have general partnerships where you have either more than 2 to 50 people and you want to register a business falls under the general partnership. Then we have limited liability partnerships. These are companies where companies may come together. Then for companies, we have companies and this one fall under private limited by shares. Limited by shares is where you're more than 2 and maybe someone has 80. Then we have companies limited by guarantee. Companies limited guarantee are companies that do not do profit business. And in that category, we have who are running churches. Then for those that wish to register individually, we have SMC, single member company. So you can register your single member company, but you will be required to have what we call alternate and non-lead directors. So that in case the single partner is incapacitated or you get God forbid you out of line from the day, so the other people can take over the services that is being rendered. Because you have to let the contract and still running completion. Then we have public companies, like I said, among the public companies that you can know, you had tier company, maybe MTN, Is there anyone that has shared the MTN notes? They are shared. So most people who are buying those shares. Then we have what we call the foreign companies. So foreign companies also registered and shares. So I'll now go step by step in the process of registration. Currently, all our services are online. We have an online portal called OPRS. OPRS includes online business registration services. So the link is that one. To create an account on the portal, you need two things. You need to have a national ID with the name active. How many of you have IDs, national? Say the national ID, you need a valid phone number and email. The reason for each of these, the ID is to help us establish the identity of the person who's operating the account. Then the reasons why you have phone number and send OTP. Each time you transact, you get a message on your phone. If someone tampers with your company, we are able to send a message which you see. Also to access the phone to send, the OTPs are only generated when then, like I say, to create an account, you need the phone number, national ID, and an email. Emails, the reason we ask for email is that each time you transact and your work is approved, the final work is sent to email. Previously, 2 years back, before when online our services were working, we require people to come all the way maybe from Nigeria and you have to come to Kampala or to get a solution. But currently, with OPRS, you can do all this at a click anywhere. You can use your phone to be able to log in. So we have since moved from the paperless. We don't have walk-ins at all. Most of our services now online. Most of you know to discourage who are thinking. I've always told people that with AI and internet right now, you have to think so much now. The jobs that most people have been doing now, most people are now, they have that, like if everything is done online, you expect an officer just to come and approve or reject. So I've seen most people come and they requesting that you give them back and say, so you can. Most of our work now is that you can even go to home and live from there. Some people actually right now, when you come to office, they can work from your home. Because you don't need to come, you can just work with anyone. So you need to, like I've always said, young people now need to utilize the new innovations that we have. Tap into, get to know how AI operates, and get interested in most of the services. The economy, most of our things are now going different. I see all transactions, banks, if you go to banks, now there are no lines anymore because you can transact on the phone. You don't need to go to withdraw at the ATM, you just transfer money on the phone. If you're buying goods in the supermarket, you can use the codes there and take it. So, reservation is the first thing after creating an account. When you create an account, all the services they're able to access. By the first step to any registration is name reservation. So, name reservation is 35,000, and you see what the spaces are free. You're supposed to have 3 alternative names so that if the first choice fails, they're able to check the third or the second. Now, the forms are generated automatically on completion of application. Assessment is done and you only require to pay. When we do an assessment, previously you have to go to the bank and take an account. You can pay directly on your phone, the money you get on your phone or the Visa card. And when the PRN comes, you just put in your password and the money is credited. And those deposits because we collect NTR with non-tax revenue, so here you collect money on behalf of the Now, the business registration process, like I said, is to get your account. And when your name has been reserved, you fill in the statement in particulars for those that have had to register their businesses. The statement in particulars
prepared because we need information. And in that form, the information that is key is the name of the partners who are going to run the business. Then we want to know the location where the business is going to be located. Then we also need to know the nature of the business. There are businesses that we are not supposed to register. So if you're doing LGBT or illegal things, no sale of firearms, and you may not have to register that until you get clearance from. Then the form should indicate the name of the person signing the form. Again, it's a signature. We lately, like I said, I asked you those who have ID and I've already told people, each time you generate your signature, make sure the signature you're going to use on the national ID, the signature you're going to use on all official documents. Some people just sign anyhow, and we've had issues. You bring documents, you reject them because the signatures on the ID vary from the ones that you have on your IDs. Then in an event that one person signs, they are requirement for the commissioner for work. So for those that have sole proprietorships, on that form behind is where we require you to have the commissioner for work. Now for commissioner for work is just to witness and say that the person that is signing and what is known to them. Then you attach a copy of your identification, and in this case the identification is the national ID. For foreigners who intend to register, we require them to give us their visa or passport. If you're a refugee, refugees have what we call a refugee IDs they are given. Now, but for nationals, like Ugandans, we expect that you submit this application with a copy of the national ID. Now, for people that are minors, when I say minors, I mean the people that are not yet 18, you can open our franchise to good children, but lately the good thing is that neither gives IDs for the work. You can generate a need for even a baby who is 1 day old, but they will not be able to sign their age. But you can always register your people. If you are interested in having your children the business, you can always get the needs from them. We have statement of continuity. Now, a farm one individual with the and each calendar year, we require that they file a statement with the register confirming that the individuals carrying on the businesses are still alive, or you update. Now, that's why for those that have companies, we require them to file annual returns. The intention of filing a return is to notify URSB that either the partners are still the same, or it could be that in the course of the year there will be amendments that maybe you transfer shares to some people, or you change the ownership, or you change your company's interest. So each calendar year, depending on the time, if you register today is 5th. So next year, at the same time, after year, we require that you file a return and indicate to us. Like I said, annual return is filed annually and it's 55 hours. Now, how to register a business? We have, like I said, sole proprietorships. Then we have one where you sole owner. Partnerships. We have general and limited liability, and membership is already between 2 to 20 members. Exception is only granted to people who are being professional. And when I talk about professionals, we categorize them as people who are being accountants, architects, or lawyers. Who are registered as business names. Also, accounting firms are all registered as general limited liability partnership. Now, the registration fee for a business name is 55 hours. So the total 90,000. This money as registration, the point of reservation, you require to be having 90,000 as cash on the phone. And for certification, like I say, certification of any of the documents is also 35. The partnership deed under the registration of documents is 55 and is registered under the Document Registration Act. When I say a partnership deed, now for those that are registered businesses, there is a document where we call a partnership deed where you detail and tell us the names of the partners, the share capital each has contributed, how you're going to run the business in case of if you have issues to, like you're failing to comply, how you're going to you have to tell us how you're going to. Generally, it's like a constitution that runs that business. So it's called a partnership and it gets under the act. Now, you can convert a business name into a company, but the process is, if you have a business name, I said earlier when I was telling you that a business name is different from a company. So at a point, any point you want now to trade as a company, you can file a notice of cessation. Now, a notice of cessation currently is 35. So you tell us that business X and so has ceased, then we give you the cessation notice. Now, after attaching the original, which we call a certificate of cancellation, you start the procedure of a new company. And usually, at this stage, you don't need to reserve the name again because we have the notice of cessation. So what you do is just to add the word limited to the name, and then you go through the other process which I'm going to share. Now, like I said, we have the single member companies. Single member company is where you have a person who is owning all the shares in the company. Now, I said you can have 100 shares as an individual, but you are required to file Form 1. Now, the purpose of filing Form 1 is to appoint alternate nominee directors. The reasons why we want these people that upon them, these people should take over the daily runnings of that company. Now, the reservation fee for single member company is the same. It is 35. Then we always have to put the word SMC on the certificate because we need to easily identify this company. For a company with a share capital between 1 million and 5, the registration is 105,000. Now, this is where most of you were worried. Whenever we tell people that registration fees are low, they think that when we say 1 million to 5, you're supposed to bring the money to register. Now, what we do is we take 1.5 of share capital to establish the registration fee. So for 1 million to 5, it is 105,000, and 1.5 of the normal share capital. So stamp duty is charged at 0.5 of the share capital, which is 35. So when you add the other forms, because at registration, you're supposed to file other extra forms, and one of them is Form 20, which is the notice of appointment of directors and the company secretary. We need also Form 18, which is the notice of location, but you should also have the postal address. At the moment, like I said, most of the postal addresses that are being issued are virtual ones, and I think one would wonder why we still ask for a postal address. It's for intentions of, because companies, by nature of their trade, some of the documents are sent to the post office. So in case you're bidding, they might tell you, go to your postal address and put the document. Now, resolutions for account opening, there's every company to trade or to operate, you have to open a bank account in a bank of your choice. So the resolution is 35,000. The certification of documents is 35 for each document, and a set of 3 is the same, 35. Now, for single member companies, like I said, strictly, there's a form you cannot, registration, the Form 1 is required, and alternate and nominee directors should be people who are adults. And if one is an alternate or nominee director, they do not qualify to appear on the Form 20. So Form 20, you can have other directors, but they too should not appear on the Form 20. And it should be people who are adults. So most people who are opening single members, you notify to fill that. Now, you'll be required to fill A1, which is a statement of share capital, that registration. Then the same way, we need identification documents like the name, national ID, the passport, or driving permit. For non-Ugandans, like I said, if you're a foreigner, we need the passport. If you're a refugee, we need the refugee ID. Now, upon completion, the documents are usually sent officially to the company email. Whenever you're doing the applications, we always ask there's a phone call, statement, confirmation of official contact and email. So the emails that you give us on that form is where we send documents and phone registration. So it should be a valid email and the phone number should also be valid because you get a notification upon completion of the work. Now the standard format for the Memorandum of Association of License is provided in Schedule 1 and here when I took of Schedule 1 I mean under the Company Act where I have the single member regulations. So there's a standard format and it's system generated. Right now, like I say, in the past, open an account and a company, you have to go to the lawyer, you pay their service charge, their professional fees, and you find if you're going to open maybe a company of 1 million, you end up spending like 2 million on just paying the size of the lawyers. Right now, all the forms are system generated. You just need to fill the objectives, the names of the shareholders. If we generate in Form 20, give us the details and just you download, sign, and upload them back to the expression. Now, for local companies which are private, the process is still the same. Like for the one for a single member, reservation 35, upon registration between 1 and 5 million, the same is 105,000. Above 5 million, it's 1.5 of the non-national capital. Now, when I say non-national capital, like I say, if you say my share capital is 100 million, you don't want you to bring 100 million to URSB. So we have a formula, we use 1.5 of a non-national capital, then we stamp duty is 0.5, which is then you add. So then the forms are the same. Form 20 for director and company secretary. Form 18 for location, the reservation. The other things, the fees are the same like the single member. The same thing you require to fill A1 and attach the other documents. Procedure is exactly what we've been saying. You reserve for reservation upon payment. By guarantee, the process is the same. Reservation is already. If you don't register, the reservation expires. If anyone applies for that same name, we can give them go ahead and register. So you're given 30 days within which to complete the process. Then the same thing for them, they prepare their memorandum and articles which have the objectives of the business, the particulars of their occupation and address. These documents must be dated and witnessed. Like I said, also the standard format is provided for in the Companies Act. So all our forms are already in the system and uploaded. So we just need to just have the name and file all the other necessary information. Fees for companies limited by guarantee is a reservation VAT 35, stamp duty 35, registration 105,000. Forms are the same 35 for each form. Certification is the same 35. Now, the company that fall under that category, like I said, churches or people are doing non-for-profit business, maybe NGOs. Now, for those that may intend to register a company in foreign, call them foreign company, a branch. So, Section 248 of the Companies Act lays down the provisions of the branch of a foreign company. So, what you do is for foreign companies, you're required to come with certified copies of the memorandum from the country of origin. So, if, for instance, your company is from India, you get memorandum and certificate that are certified from India, then you bring to URSB. Foreign companies are not reserved because the people names from the other companies in the country of origin. So, what you require is to file notarized or certified copies to the registrar. Then you require to file the other forms, and the other forms are Form 25, 26, and Form 26, 25. 24 is for address, and the other form is for their directors. But these ones may not apply to us here. The fees for foreign companies, we pay in dollars, and it's $350 for registration. For each of the documents is $280, and the registration of the resolution is $70. Certification of the foreign document is USD, but all these fees are payable as per the URA exchange rate. So if today the rate is low, and you register, you're lucky. If the next day you come and the rates are gone high, because for them they don't have standard. The dollars are there, but we have an exchange rate that the full and sharing provided when the URA program. Now, these were the key things which I want you to go through. Why is it very important to register your business? When you register your name, you're able to trade, and you trade in that name, but not just in your personal. Now, most of us here right now are running maybe small businesses, but business is known by your name. You trade it as you. When you register, you're able to trade it. And give high collar is owned by people, and they trade. But if you are trading into some fund, when you personal property, right now I know you, but and they can also do. When you register, you're able to access financial services, you're able to borrow money, and you're able to buy security in the form of that. Now, when I say charges, whenever big companies are borrowing, there are documents that they register with us, which are called charges. So they will tell you, for instance, we own Amazon building is on plot this, is what this amount. So the bank is able to give money because they have security by the company. You're able to sue or to be sued in the name of the business rather than being sued in contracts. Those that intend to do contracts in future, I already said you would have financial services, registered businesses. Here you have parents lost their parents. If your dad, the moment the person, when you have a registered entity, even when the most for those that are driving, all the cars, most of them are batteries. Then you able to access both local and national markets. When you register, you're able to access or get your products how it is. Now, what the misconception and also you have is that when you register your business, start charging tax. And I want you to concept. Right now, you are also have inflation. They don't tax everyone. There are businesses that are operating here, but they don't pay tax. What really requires everyone is that at the end of each financial year, you're supposed to declare. If you know you registered your business and you're not operating in a form on your portal where you're supposed to fill and declare that for this year I'll not be one. But the mistake that most people do is they keep quiet and they keep estimating and thinking that you're working. Because alternatively, with the current state, your need is connected to many things. When each time you transact, you have a team. Your need, the bank will have information that you're transacting, guys will know you're transacting. So if you're not transacting as a company, you're supposed to declare. Because our needs right now are linked to so many things. It's linked to your account, to your cars, to your business. So it's supposed to just be what they call declarations every year. Now we have what we call post-incorporation and compliance. Like I said, you're supposed to appoint directors and funds by filing resolutions. We need notices for address, which is Form 18, bank resolutions, change of shareholders. So, post-incorporation requirements are those. Each time you have a change in the company, you file a resolution. Annually, you're supposed to file a return, and a return for a company limited by shares is 55. For non-for-profit, company limited by guarantee is 35,000 per year. Now, if you for 5 consecutive years and you're not filing returns, you automatically we have been striking off companies that are non-compliant. And on our portal, if you check on our website, you will have a list of companies who have been registered. There are over 10,000 registered companies. These are companies that have been in existence for over 20 or some 25 years, but they have never filed any return. So the status is that they are struck off, and we will notify them to come and maybe do data updates, and after doing updates, they are notified. Now, for members, for late filing of any resolution, if you have a special resolution and you search on a date like today, and within 30 days you are not filing the URSB, it attracts a fine of 300,000. So, late filing fee is standard at 300,000. What we always encourage for those that are going to business is to, for corporate governance, we want you to separate your powers, and here you should have things in mind. You know who the shareholders are, distinguish them from the directors. You should have a board for companies to guide the daily runnings of operations. Bookkeeping or record keeping is very key. It's crucial for in case of planning and tax matters. So each time the taxman comes to you and you have your records, be able to defend and say, maybe I'm supposed to pay this amount of tax because of my records. So we encourage those who are going to start up businesses to have that in mind. Now, the most latest thing, like I said, we had the beneficial ownership forms, and I'm not going to dwell so much on this, but the beneficial ownership form is a form that states to us and tells us who the actual people are in the company. Because you could be a minister, government, and because you don't want to declare, you use your other people who you train to have shares in a company. But on the form, the URSB will require you to tell us that the actual people behind this company and so on and so on. So it is a requirement because you can't at some point to put on a grading. So because of that, we had to implement it. Otherwise, they are about to stop some of the people from going out where you find you have money in your visa card, but you cannot transact because of the penalty. So for now, that's it. But I will go direct into other things like we do. Like I said, it's not just registration. We have also We have DC centers for those that, I think the person that said that not to have DC centers where we support young people that have innovations. If you have an idea, and sometimes you are constrained financially. For those that are under universities, we have DC centers where right now we're supporting students to have their innovations or their things that come to life. There are people who have developed products like vaccine, they have developed medicine, they have developed machines that can either check the heart. So for those that have those, you fall under IP. And we encourage those to come to the office. If you have any idea and you think it can be brought to realization, you come and give us an idea and can give the right people to take it on. So with these few remarks, and I would wish that if you have any queries, if you have any questions, you can take them after this. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, sir. We are so much delighted to have such a special corporate talk that is very, very important. Colleagues, another round of applause to this Nicholas. Yeah, what he said is actually true. A couple of months ago, I wanted to get a contract from a certain institute, and I had not yet registered the company that I work with. When they asked us, so what is the name of your company? Are you registered? My eyes had to turn red because I was looking at the money, but I did not want to incur the cost of registration. Yet it is very important, so I had to lose out of the deal because my business was not registered. So that's how I had to take action and go and get it registered. So we are so much blessed to have such an important talk. These things you might not find anywhere else because they don't teach them in class. So having a space like this and an opportunity like this to have them shared and you get this knowledge is actually important. You never know, you can pass it on to your sisters and brothers, to your friends and colleagues and your parents so that they can have benefits of this registration and other benefits that we talked about that we picked from here. I believe we all picked something from this keynote speech. Is it true? Am I right? I'm hearing a no. So as he was talking about the advantages of registering your business, I had someone behind there saying, are they only advantages? So what are the disadvantages of having your business registered? Yeah, so as they said, everything that has an advantage has a disadvantage. So that person was curious and they wanted to know the disadvantages of registering your business. I don't know if you will talk about that. So at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, I will request us to stand up a bit. I know we have been sitting for quite some time, so you can get up on your feet. Stretch our legs and muscles a little bit as we get into the Q&A session, and then we shall have coffee served and we shall close the event. So when I say zoom in, you do this. When I say zoom out, you do this. Are we together? Make sure you have some space and let the blood. Okay, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom out. Okay, let's do it one more time. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom out, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. You guys are stunning me. You don't want to. Okay, if you're happy and you know, clap your hands. Okay, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. Are we feeling a little easier? Are we feeling a little easier? Okay, breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Okay, let's have our seats as we come in. So this is the time. Yeah, we are going to pick up a few questions. Our time is fast spent, and we don't want to shoot to be beyond the time. I know we have already gone beyond 6, but we don't want to go very late. So at this point, I'm going to receive a few questions, and our keynote speaker is going to answer them. And we should have our GM, please. If you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand and get it addressed. She was the first one to raise her hand, so I'll give a microphone to her.
Thank you. My name is Rebecca. I wanted to inquire if I registered a private limited company by shares and we registered it as 2 partners. If we want to add more partners, is it possible, and how do we do that? Then, because also in the registration process, there is a document that talks about the official contacts for the company. What happens if the contacts change? For example, you could start the company with using astronomic contacts simply because the company is not registered, there is no official company emails, and now the company emails are there. How do we change the contact details? Yes, also I need you to help me clarify again on when do we file returns. Is it at the end of the calendar year or at the end of the year after registration?
Thank you. I hope he has picked them. How else?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to ask these questions. I have 3 questions. At the end of your presentation, you mentioned at the end of your presentation, that you do have programs to support student innovations. So I wanted to know, do you also have programs for innovators, but they have innovations? And then, secondly, about the intellectual property rights, are they limited to Uganda or is it international? If someone patents an idea. Then, lastly, we all know that URA published the URA Taxation Handbook, which is a useful resource you can access online. Do you also have a resource that you can access concerning your services? Yeah, thank you.
This is unclear to me. I wanted to find out, is it possible, like it's after some time to change a name? After, say I've already registered already, but you want to change a name after some time. Is it really possible?
You can stand up and tell us.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. When we are starting business, and most of the times we are required to register when it is still early, but at those early stages you make very many mistakes, especially during that registration part. You have put very many people into the memorandum, and put there very many founders, and in the end you need to change them, and that process becomes so expensive. And is there any way how this can be clarified or rectified in some way? Because in this case, it becomes so hectic, especially for starting businesses. Since they make many changes, contacts, like she had said, finally we have changed contacts, and you also have to change it on the memorandum as well. That is it.
Yeah, I think from him and then we shall let them answer.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask about the patents, especially, and also copyright. So I know patents are granted to novel applications, and I wanted to know what constitutes the novel kind of application, and also how do you assess that this is a novel application? What is the procedure of securing the patent? How long does it take? How much does it cost? I started on some copyright application. Somewhere good, I don't know where it is as of now. I want to know, how do I even go ahead to track it down? Are there specific registration numbers that you provide to every patent application that we can use to track it down? Does the patent application itself involve publication in the Gazette? So those are things I wanted to know around. Thank you.
Okay, so we shall take the last one from you.
Good evening, everyone. I have two questions. One was about the ideas. We talked about ideas. I wanted to know which kind of ideas you provide for the support. Did you just support ideas or prototypes of what someone gives? And the next question is, like, briefly, let's say I'm opening a company using like shares. How much would I incur in the whole process? Combined with the
Yeah, thank you guys for being active and for asking your questions freely. At this moment, I request our keynote speaker to tackle them. And I hope they will all be, I believe they'll answer, because we have the most brightest resource around. So, sir, the floor is yours.
That's about, I think, adding one add partners. Like when I was talking here, I say partners are for the business. We should distinguish between shareholders and partners. But partners fall for businessmen. To add partners, there is a form of fill, statement of change in particular. So for a business level, that form you fill. If you're moving anyone, you fill the form and say, so and so has season A, the partner in this business, or you're adding someone, then you pay 10 hours Friday practice. It's also the obvious in the context there. But for shareholders, now the process for removing shareholders is by filing resolution. If you want to add a shareholder, you have to transfer shares to them. So for instance, if you have 50-50 and you want to add 2 other people, so you have to be a shareholder. And you say, I am going to back maybe with 10 shares, and so the process is also granted to the system.
You're supposed to file a special resolution, which is taken, and the shareholders will sit and take decisions of transferring their shares. Now, that entire process, when you start from the front, you're required to fill the transfer forms. The system generated. So you tell us so and so, maybe Marvin is transferring 2 shares to another person. Now, after you fill all your forms, the system assesses you because it's some stamp which you pay upon each person. So you tell us that you're adding so and so, they will be having this number of shares. If you are appointing them as a director as well, you will tell us the very resolution. So then you'll be required to file the resolution, transfer forms, then form 20, where you're notifying us that they have been changed. Now, whenever there's a change in shareholding, we require that you send and file amended memorandum and people. So you're going to now file a fresh amended memorandum. And you indicate all the people now with their shareholding of the current one, which is different from the part of the business. But like I said, for the businessman, it's the same thing. You file a change of notice. Now, you said when it's change and addresses or emails, there is that form of official contact, the form that you fill there. Whenever a change, you go to your business account. Each company after registration will send you a link. So every notification you want to do, you work within the business account. So you go and where there is change of address, you type for us what the new address that you want us to send your emails to. But that process is not free. So for each change, if you're changing your email or you're changing the official contact, the process you pay $55 in the system. Then you file and we shall get the notification, and also going forward you will get notification to that very email that you've given us. Then someone asked about returns. Returns are filed annually. Like I think I was so specific, and I say if you registered your company, say in November, 31st November or 30th, we shall not say that at the beginning or the end of December you file a return. You're only supposed to file a return after that. Yeah, if I register today, I'll be required to file an annual return in March of next year after the 12 months, not in December or not in June. Someone asked about if we have support for people who are not students. Yes, we do have an arrangement in place. We have an innovation hub at head office. So if you are interested, you come to our branch and then we the contacts. But for this innovation hubs, exclusively dedicated for people who are special, the things you're doing should be very new. Not like you're copying something, some idea somewhere, because when the patent standards come, they will subject your things to a lot of tests, and most people are not qualified. To be something very, very new. Then the same thing someone was asking about patents and that process. Now, if I go into that right now, I may not need that, but the process is very easy and very clear. Like I said, your idea of what you're patenting should be something new. Most people have ideas where I'm twisting some people's, you get something from someone, you just polish it. So most people end up to go through that process is so tedious, but at the level of Uganda, it's URSB that protects the patents. When we go to Africa, it's ARIPO, Africa Intellectual Property. Then worldwide, we have WIPO. So depending on where I want to do it from, but under our jurisdiction, we have then we have ARIPO that has 15 member states, and the headquarters in Zimbabwe, then WIPO in Geneva. So the bodies that deal patenting and things for IP. But I'll share my contact, you can always come and share more. Our services online, our information, like you say, URL has the information out there. URSB right now, we have the website, and on the website, we have tried to put all this information in there. Even We have a clear charter. You can go on the site, you can download it if you want a copy and save them. All the services we offer, the fees, and all the processes are in the plan charter. The time spent to finalize an application, all the information is online. Now, about name change, the process of name change is you can always change the company name at any point when you deem or feel like you want to have a change. But it's a process where you first resolve the name. If your name has been resolved, you will find a resolution stating to us that company X intends to change its name from this to that. Now, upon finding that resolution, we shall issue a gazette notice, and you're required to go and file a GPPC. So after filing your gazette notice, if it's published, you're given a period of like 30 days. If within 30 days no one comes up to object your name, you're issued a certificate of name change. So we shall print or issue you a new certificate stating clearly that X has changed from this name to this other name. And the process is the reservation is the same fee, 35. The resolution size is 50, 35 also, but the gazette notice, UPPC has its own rates which are different. The gazette notice is around 400,000. So the process of name change is most people actually that's why they don't change the names because you're almost releasing a new company working in that with UPPC. I think that was it. If I think I've covered all the questions that you put up.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering the questions very well. I hope you guys have got your answers. And he said he's going to share his contact for those that want to know more. And then the website, I think we can have a QR or the link to the website displayed here so that those that want to follow up. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, High Caller, for hosting us today. Thank you guys for showing up and for being active. Thank you so much, our keynote speaker, for such a wonderful presentation. We close up as shortly before we have the tea. I'm going to take this honor to take a picture with our keynote speaker, and then we shall take a group photo, and then go for tea. Thank you. Feel free to interact with each other. We have come to the close of our Formalize event today. Thank you so much.
Feel free to exchange contacts, to encourage each other. Don't be on your phone, you'll be with your phone the whole night and the whole year. You might be seeing your neighbor who is your potential client or employer for the next few minutes that you're here.
Thank you. we've learned a lot from this session, and I believe your question was answered, right? Have any his contact? You can as well visit their offices and get your question answered. We are going to have a group photo with our keynote speaker today, and after our group photo, we are going to be open for networking session, and we are going to be having our tea today. Okay, so let's all have a group photo right over here with our keynote speaker, and then we wrap up the day. Thank you all for listening in, and thank you all for coming. It was a great honor hosting you and having you here, and we hope. Before we go for a photo, I want to ask something. Which other keynote speaker do you want us to bring next time? Which keynote speaker do you want us to bring next time? Yeah, if you have any keynote speaker you have in mind, you can reach out to them. Yeah. Yes. Okay, we have someone as a yes.
Good evening once again. Yeah, I think we'll be very much grateful if you vote for us, the director of the URSB, or someone associated with that session 60.
All right, thank you. We are going to try and see if we can be able to bring him here. And we are going to be very intentional and dedicated to doing that. Thank you for your suggestion. And let's all come here for our group photo, and we'll call it a day. Our picture, we call it a day. Okay, and the last person should be this side, should be one. So from here, Our team is open here, so it's time you can network, meet a friend, discuss with them. You never know who can be your next customer, okay? You never know whom you can collaborate with next time. So please, make sure you discuss with someone, ask them what they are doing, ask them what they are working on, ask them what their skills are, so you can have a collaboration with them in the future, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Monumental, we go live forever. Tapa not tapa cow.
In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and calm, I find a place where I belong, a haven from the storm. The gentle breeze, it whispers through the trees so tall and green.
I take one look at you, you're taking me out of the
In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and calm, I find a place where I belong, a haven from the storm. The gentle breeze, it whispers through the trees so tall and green. In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and calm, I find a place where I belong, a haven from the storm. The gentle breeze, it whispers through the trees so tall and green.
of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground, sanctuary.
We go live forever. Kisasa.